Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be demoing my custom presets from the RV500. I'm running it after my delays and before my amps inside the effects loop. I like to run effects this way, keeping everything before amps so it slams it hard and distorts the more you push it. I have a light compressor at the end of my chain to balance everything out, keep my dynamics steady and not have anything poking out too much for the sound engineer. So let's hear the clean tone. I got a Benson Chimera on the right with tone factor XR IRs and an AC30 with XR IRs on the left. Here is the bass tone. So that's the sound I'm using throughout this video. That is just the compressor, amps. I will be turning on overdrives, modulation, and delays throughout to kind of hear this in the context of a pedal board. So starting with the first bank of presets, I have Dark Cloud, which, I mean, it sounds really good. I love using it for picking. So let's go ahead. I'm going to demo straight through from the least wet to most wet. That's how all these presets are. So starting with Dark Cloud. Sounds great. I love it. Next one is Dark Cloud 2. And this is kind of just ramping up parameters, adding more decay, mix, and whatnot. So here is Dark Cloud 2. Love that tail, that decay just sounds so good. On to Dark Cloud 3. Again, this is the wettest that I will get in this bank. This is really washy. You could use this for swells. If you want a really big swell though, I would throw some delays on top of it to feed into it. So I'm actually going to do that now. I'm going to turn on the tape delay. And so here is Dark Cloud 3. Super ambient. Surprised that came out of a room algorithm. It's crazy. So moving on to the next bank is going to be the Big Hall, and this is just kind of dark, modulated, and it's a really nice sound. Let's hear it. Has a bit more chime and sparkle than the Dark Cloud setting, and if you add a bit of drive, I'm going to throw on my first gain stage. It really opens it up. Sounds great. Sounds great. Love it. Moving on, we have the mod Hall+Plate. This is utilizing the dual algorithm, which allows you to run two reverbs at the same time. So I have a Hall reverb that's kind of spitty, and then a nice long plate with a modulated delay to give it sort of a cloud type sound. So it's really modulated and swirly, and it sounds great. Let's hear it. That dual algorithm just really sounds amazing. I love it. Last one in this bank is going to be the Dark Mod Plate, which is similar to the Bright Mod Plate I have, and these are inspired by Kenyon Reed's bright mod plate setting, which just sounds amazing for rhythm. So I'm actually going to throw on my first stage of gain and let you just hear it just like that. Here we go. Now I'm going to throw on a digital quarter note delay. And so let's hear that. Beautiful sound. Now I'm gonna move on to my bank with the smaller reverbs. So this is probably the bank I use least because I don't play a lot of very fast up-tempo songs or songs that require a lot of gain where I need a smaller reverb. But for the rare cases where I do, this is the bank I would go to. This is SmallnWide Room, which is really great if you're putting a lot of drive. It's what I use for songs like Happy Day, and it gives space, but it's not in the way. It's a blanket underneath your playing, but not a long blanket like the cloud sounds and stuff. So let's hear this clean, then with some drive. Now I'm going to throw in a fuzz. Nice and short, doesn't get in the way of your playing. Great sound. Next preset is 80s Spring, which has a lot of modulation, drippy spring, and a small slapback delay. So let's hear that. Add some drive and it really comes to life. I love it. A lot of people don't like the spring algorithm and the boss, but I find it really pleasing, and it has that drip from like a real spring reverb. Sounds great. Last one is the opposite to the dark mod plate. This is the bright mod plate. So let's hear that. I'm gonna do the same thing, just the reverb. I'll add in a quarter note delay and then some drive. And now the drive. Great sound. I love it. I like using it for rhythm. You know, big, just single note, single chord. It really works good. So I'm going to give you a demonstration with just single notes. And then single chord strums, so throwing on a bit more gain and a delay. One of my favorite presets. I mean, did a lot of studying on YouTube for that specific sound, and I love it. So moving on to bank 10, I have my go-to presets, my cloud presets, or I call this the particle cloud bank because it has that more particle sound from the Strymon. So let's hear this. This is Little Cloud. There is no cloud algorithm, but I mean, that sounds like a cloud if I ever heard one. As you can see, I'm using the fast decay setting. And again, from least wet to most wet. So let's go through it. So first, I'm going to throw some drive onto this one and a tape delay, so you can kind of hear it in the context of a part. I love it. Moving on to the next preset is my most used of these presets, Raining Cloud, because he rains, and it's also the main cloud reverb I use. So let's hear it. This one's a bit brighter, a lot more decay and mix. So again, I'm just gonna play some clean stuff, throw drive and delay on, then I'll play a lead. So here we go. And now with even more gain. So for lead, I'm going to throw in a pog and a boost on top of what I already had on. Here we go. Sounds great. I'm on that preset at least 75% of a Sunday service. Next preset is Big Spitty Cloud. This is a really washy one. It's got a delay adding to that cloud sound, and let's hear it clean, then drive with delay. It also handles drive really well. I'm gonna hit it with my third gain stage and my first gain stage. If you're the only guitar player at your church like I am, that is going to help a lot with solos to fill space that normally a second electric would be filling. Moving on to the next bank are my bloom settings, and these really capture the bloom sound. It's got that blooming effect, that pre-delay that helps just let your note breathe, and it kind of trails behind. Let's move on to medium bloom. Let's hear that with some overdrive and a delay. Sounds great. I love it. Next one is huge bloom. This is the biggest out of all of them, and it's super washy. Very, very ambient. This is perfect for leads. It has a lot of bloom. That way your note is separated from the delay using the pre-delay, which is cranked to 200 milliseconds. So let's hear that with some overdrive and delay. It has that huge wash and it fills so much space. Love using that preset as well. And next is the bright clouds, which are perfect for worship. Not too many short decays here, as you may have noticed. So here we go, bright cloud 1. A nice basic one, again using the room algorithm. These are similar to the dark cloud, except for the fact that they have more modulation, and I've added a lot more highs. So adding a bit of reverb, delay, and overdrive. Here we go. These are some of the presets I also use most, second to the particle bank. Moving on, cloud 2, again just bigger. Adding drive. And the second to last, bright cloud 3. This one can also handle drive very well. So let's go ahead and add that gain and a bit of delay. And the last preset, 100% wet cloud. You can get some really cool textures out of this. I like using it for tremolo picking and adding a pog. to get a sort of swelly, synthy organ sound. So first, tremolo picking. That sounds great, and if you slam it with drive, sounds even better. Let's hear that. And last but definitely not least, adding in that pog sound effect. Roll down your tone a bit and you've got a great sound.